Welcome, crypto degens. Today we're going to talk about layer ones, meaning blockchains, which ones are the best, which ones are working, which ones are chosen by the VCs, and which ones are chosen by the users. So we got a nice conversation here at Banter. We do recommend this channel, it's very nice. They are sometimes having those really nice conversations with people from the industry. So that's actually the best part of Banter. The rest is not really that good. So we're gonna go to the show in a moment. Today we have Friday. We had a stronger jobs market report from USA, which has brought stock market a bit lower, and that pulled our crypto market also a bit lower, but nothing super exciting. About 19,000, I think 400 was the low. And what happened? So, in our opinion, is that Fed has a viable claim now to raise rates again by 0.75 basis points, because what they said is that as long as job market is strong, they are happy and they feel safe to raise rates to fight that inflation. So that's what markets are reading, that because of job market is strong, stocks are going lower instead of going higher because they anticipate another 0.75 rate hike. If Fed will do lower, then obviously market will be applauding and stocks and crypto will go up. But that will happen in November. During that meanwhile, we've got a midterm election for Joe Biden and Democrats. So he's very unpopular and he needs to do something to win voters, because he did relax some law for marijuana. Okay, so that will give him some voters, but that's not enough. So he needs to try more. So his plan was to bring down oil prices. That will fight inflation, and people will have cheaper gas. They can travel more, so he will gain some voters. But that didn't work because Saudi Arabia started cooperating with Russia and started cutting on oil supply. So his plan didn't work. So now he doesn't have that benefit. Plus he's got stock market at lows. So he does not have those people that were invested in stock market even. Not talking about even pension funds, that everybody's pensions went down. So he's either going to talk to Fed, try to convince them to not raise rates by 0.75, but to do it in 0.5%, or he needs to cut some checks to Americans, a grant to every American, so that they will feel happy and appreciated by the government. He needs to do something. So we'll see what his plan's gonna be. We don't know that for now. We're gonna know everything in 1 month's time. But I don't think he will be happy with stock market so low during his midterm elections. So let's wait and see. I'm gonna play that conversation between those four gentlemen. Most of them are from VCs, so they're investing in crypto. Very good guys, very intelligent guys. They know what they're doing. So it's always worth having a look on what other people are thinking, what other people are predicting, and what other people are basically know, and how they compare their investments.
Justified. I think we know the answer. All right, Joey, best layer one other than Ethereum. If you were to put your money on the best layer one, most promising layer one other than Ethereum, where do you put your money today?
Yeah, good question. I think from like a tech standpoint, Near is very good. But from a traction standpoint, Solana has a lot of stuff built on it, especially on like the gaming.
What's better, tech or traction?
I think traction, right? Like from like a price action traction standpoint, traction is what drives prices more.
Even if tech is trading at 1/8 of the market cap of traction, Near is trading at about 1/8 of the market cap. I think 1/8 of the market cap of Solana. Do you still think that Solana is a better bet, or would you put your money on Near?
Well, we have our money on both. The great part of being an investor is you can buy both. And I would say, short term right now, I do think Solana is probably pretty close. Probably already did have a low first ETH. We put on a position a few weeks ago. similar to kind of the point that Rule was talking about. But long term, like we own both of them.
All right, Tom, best layer one other than Ethereum,
Bitcoin.
other than Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Oh man, I don't even know that. Cardano. Just going by market cap. Sorry if that's too taboo.
Okay, Mark, what do you think? Best layer one other than Ethereum?
It's hard for me to argue against Joey on this because he's forgotten more about tech than I'll ever know. But I probably lean toward Avax, Avalanche. I think it's superior in many ways to Solana. But look, the Nobel Prize 4 years ago went to Romer, and he said it's not the best technology that wins; it's the one that gets critical mass first. So traction, as Joey said, wins. So it's hard to see why Solana is not an unbelievable buy here.
All right,
but I think some of the DeFi stuff is even more interesting than that.
One more question. This one specifically to Joey. Polkadot. So that we see a lot of developer activity on Polkadot when you look at the specific statistics. We also see a lot of VC funds holding Polkadot. What do you think of Polkadot? What do you think of the case for Polkadot?
Yeah, so I think you see a lot of funds holding it, mostly because it's kind of an asset that's been around a long time. Like if you look at when Polkadot did their crowd sale back in 2017, there was kind of the advent of new layer ones, and they're like the only credible team that you could invest in back then. And so I think like that's a large reason why so many funds own it. If you again kind of look at the traction side though, I would say it's been fairly tough to build on. Like if you look at where people are building these kind of like new kind of like custom app chains, a lot of the traction there has gone to the Cosmos ecosystem recently, and not really as much the Polkadot one. I think Polkadot, they need to basically just like work on the UX for developers, make it easier to use, and then it becomes more compelling. But right now it's kind of losing versus Cosmos, I'd say, in that regard.
Alrighty.
So we've got best tech Avalanche, then we've got Near Protocol. Avalanche has much more stuff going on, so we would lean towards Avalanche. And of course, the most adopted blockchain beside Ethereum and Bitcoin is of course Solana. So Solana traction, Solana's got users, Solana's got crazy followers that support it. So there you go. So in that mind, we've created a nice list for you guys. Because obviously those guys, they've got 20, 100 millions, they will invest in Solana tokens itself, in Near token itself. They're gonna get, let's say 5 to 10x, they'll be happy. But we, small fish, we need to invest in something much more riskier. So instead of buying Solana token, Near token, Avalanche token, we're gonna go into the ecosystem and try to find some good apps that work in the ecosystem that can give us, let's say 50x or 70x to multiply our money, because we cannot obviously invest millions like those guys and be happy from 5 or 10x. We want to have a larger multiplies. So what we are proposing, as you remember, I think the guy from Pantera said that most interesting is stuff from DeFi. Of course, because DeFi has been crushed. DeFi is really nice, at very nice valuations. And the same with gaming. We propose to have to focus on DeFi and gaming. So for it, we chose Maple Finance, large TVL, and that institutional grade DeFi. Illuvium as a game. We chose Polygon instead of Near. Gainswell Network derivatives, QuickSwap as DEX. From Solana, we took cloud computing and rendering. ICP and Chainlink as two separate ones for you guys, because Chainlink is one of the original, the oracle, the only oracle that connects all the blockchains, working with Google closely. They even have some employees from Google moved to Chainlink. And ICP is a black horse. You never know, something may come up from ICP. From Metaverse, we chose ZeroTech, that you've got wider world built on, and of course GMX as a leading decentralized derivative platform. And that is growing at like 40 or 50% each month. So there you go. Obviously, that's 20K that we would invest in that way. You can choose different number, different ratios.